Welcome everybody to what could be the first and last time that we see this Detroit Lions team take the field. We're taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars today in Raymond James Stadium for the Super Bowl. We are only in our second season, but with Fuller, Keon Caldwell, Brennan Porter, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and a fantastic defense, we have found ourselves here with a 14-3 record in just our second season with head coach Jason Ferguson. If we win this game, it is our last game with Detroit. Let's see what happens. In Tampa Bay, here we go! The Super Bowl kicks off in our second season. Here is Ricardo Richard out to return it to the 25-yard line, and now it's going to be our first chance to see Antonio Fuller lead this offense. Hopefully this is a fun game to watch. I think it should be. So obviously coming out of the yearly awards, Amon-Ra St. Brown now has X Factor, so going to be fun to see him out there with that. Antonio Fuller is an X Factor. Caldwell and Porter are superstars. But we are also missing Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield and our starting left tackle Aaron Cobb. So Kramer is starting in his place. Carries for Mixon, but nothing doing on the first handful, and there's a flag on us. It's holding. We're going backwards on the second play of the game. The hold on Brennan Porter. And now Keon Caldwell's hurt. On the same play, no! The former first overall pick. He better return to this game. 2nd and 19. Fuller under pressure and taken down by Josh Allen. We've gone backwards. That's all we've done so far. 3rd and 27. I don't see Caldwell back out there. Gonna throw it. Screen pass into the dirt. Now Josh Allen is hurt. But we have to punt. A rough opening drive for Detroit and also an injury. The Lions come back out and they're going to start across midfield. They're starting from like the 48, 47 yard line right now on their first drive of the day. Immediately testing this defense heavily. Ryan Branch got X Factor as well this offseason, or during the yearly awards. With 15 yards on the first play, it's Evan Ingram. Detroit showing pressure. They're going to bring some, but they hand it off. And that goes nowhere. Loss, or a gain of 3. Another injury this time for Jacksonville. What is going on early on? Both teams have had multiple injuries each. 2nd and 7 from the 30. Lawrence back to pass. Good protection. Wide open. It's Travis Etienne for a first down. Just a yard shy of the red zone now. Pressure, and Hutchinson gets to Lawrence. Our first sack of the day. A big loss of 8 right there. That's key. That backs Jacksonville up all the way to their 29. Going to give it to Etienne, but he has got nowhere to go. There's another flag down. Got to be on them, right? It is. It's a hold. Accept that one. Make it 2nd and 27, please. Now they're maybe just within or just outside of field goal range. Not sure what their kicker can do with his leg. The play action. Lawrence sacked again. Hutchinson's got 2. It's going to lose a yard. Are they out of field goal range now? Maybe they are. 3rd and 28. I forgot that. That previous play was a second down. Lawrence under pressure again, and now he's definitely out of field goal range. It's Uchenna Nwosu. A loss of 10. Great job by this pass rush. They were in the red zone pretty much. Now they're already backed up to where this drive started from. What a job by the defense. The punt is away. And we come back out from our own 16. First play from scrimmage. Mix it on the carry. Takes it off tackle and has a big gain across the 40-yard line. Nice carry for 27 yards. That is our first down of the game, I believe. Going right back to Mixon, but now he's hit down at the line of scrimmage for a very short gain. That's Dax Woodard. From the 44, we're going to go to the air. Fuller's pass dropped. Who is that? Is that Mike Williams? I think it is. Here we go. 3rd and 9. Play fake. Fuller floats it, and it's hauled in by Williams this time. Inside the Jacksonville 30, the first completion for Antonio Fuller goes for 27 yards. Fuller has good timing. Wide open, it's Joe Mixon for a first down. 18 more. 1st and 10 from the 11, pretty much 1st and goal. Fuller's got great protection. Mixon's got it down to the 1. And even if we don't punch this one, we could still get a new set of downs. Thanks to 2nd and inches. Mixon in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Good blockers. He's in there. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions strike first. 6-zip. PAT pending. Out comes Trevor Lawrence for Jacksonville's 2nd drive of the day. Good to see us going out to an early lead after we thought that the Jacksonville Jaguars were going to score first. There's a tackle in the backfield. Lost a 2 for Ridley. And Owosu another big play. We're stacking the box and showing pressure. And we're going to bring it. Quick throw for Lawrence off the mark over the middle. He was trying to find Ingram that time. 12 to go on 3rd down. Clean pocket for Lawrence. Down the field, but out of reach. Just out of bounds for Jamal Bailey. The defense forces a 3 and out, and here we go. Back on offense, leading by a touchdown. Let's try to extend this lead. We give it to Mixon. He's got a hole and more across the 50. Very patient running by him. Good job just to let that play develop and have a hole open up after a second or two. 5 runs, 5 passes for the Lions. Very balanced approach early on. Quick throw. This one's caught for a gain of 3. That was Porter who stays out there, but still have not seen Caldwell return. Fuller downfield finds Porter for a first down up to the 20. A better throw, and that one's a touchdown, but we still got it in the red zone now. Yeah, look how wide open he was. Ain't nobody catching him if he makes that one inbounds. They're going to challenge this play. Did he get both feet in bounds? I wasn't really looking, so maybe he didn't. Can't tell from this angle. That one's he's got possession. That one's inbound. That's definitely a catch. Most certainly a catch. And they will say yes, it is. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20. Road zone offense for the Lions. Here we go. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the slot. We're going to look his way, but it's only for 3. Got Jahan Dotson top of the screen. Going right back to St. Brown on the same slant routes. Gets a few more. 3rd and 3 coming up. Those were his first 2 grabs of the contest. We're going to give it to Mixon up the middle. He's got enough for the first. Really good job by this offensive line so far, creating holes for Mixon, giving him a chance. The first quarter's over. The Lions lead and are threatening to score once again. Going 4 wide, it looks like. From the 7. Fuller for the end zone. Caught! It's Mike Williams. Touchdown. With the injury to Caldwell, I think you feel a lot better about not trading Mike Williams away. Because now we got him in the game. We can still throw the ball. The Lions lead by 2 touchdowns now here in Tampa. This should kind of be a home game for Jacksonville. You know, it's not close to Tampa, but it's still the same state. The PAT from Carlson's good. It's 14-0 Lions. Well, the offense right now has shown why they were ranked top 2 throughout the entire regular season, man. After an opening 3 and out, we put together 2 nice touchdown drives. Etienne gets 5 here on the first carry of the day. Or first carry of the drive, rather. The Jaguars trying to put together a drive here similar to their first one that ended up going nowhere. As that one's knocked away. I think that was Brian Branch, perhaps. Maybe that was somebody else. But great job there in coverage. Might have been Nate Hobbs. 3rd and 5. They got to get to the 28. This one is out of reach for Etienne. Another 3 and out by our defense, and now another chance for the offense to really make a statement early in this game. 10 to play in the first half, but already up 14-0, and trying to add to it. Dotson in motion will get the little pitch play, but he tries to cut it backwards, and that one goes nowhere. They lose a yard out of it. Could have had a gain there if he takes that off the edge and keeps going with it. Mixon's got a hole and much more. First down again. Run game so far has been spectacular. Another big chunk here. Mixon off tackle to the 36. 11 more. Or no, more than 11 there. That was like 17 yards. Now we're going to shake things up. Going 5 wide. Fuller. Quick throw over the middle, incomplete. Out of reach for Jahan Dotson. Might have had him there, I think. If that ball's online, it probably gets to him. From the 36. Little RPO action. Dotson is going to lose a yard here. He got caught on St. Brown. Pretty big 3rd down here for the Jaguars defense. Fuller's got a clean pocket. It's a bit of a wobbler, and it's picked off. Tried to force it to Dotson right now. Going to him is not working. Cisco jumps the pass. The first pick from Fuller. He only threw 5 all year long, and he's got one now here in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that one was a duck. He just jumps it. An easy pick for Cisco. Jaguars come back out. That's a big stop for their defense. They start inside their own 20. Delayed give to Etienne, but Hutchinson, great tackle. Way to shed the block. They need 12 yards on 2nd down. This one's incomplete. Threw that one into traffic. Another 3rd down that the Jaguars might have some troubles converting. This one's almost picked off. The Jaguars cannot move the ball. That's Hobbs again. Until our defense allows a score, I'm not really that worried. Come back out, trying to shake off the Fuller pick, but we start from our own 41, so really good starting field position. We're going to throw it a quick one here to Porter, 6 yards. A lot more yards for us than for Jacksonville. Mixon's got another hole. This offensive line is doing a fantastic job early on. 9 runs for 94 yards for Joe Mixon. Cannot be slowed down right now. They are going to stack the box here on 1st and 10. Delayed give, and this time he does go nowhere. He actually lost a yard. Middle of the field looks pretty open right now. They drop back in coverage, and Mixon has a nice hole again with blockers out in front. Trying to plug the holes, but Mixon's got enough for the first. Already across 100 yards in the first half. Fantastic job on the ground. So impressive. Gonna go back to him. This time he's wrapped up after 4. Trips towards the bottom. Still have not seen Caldwell come back. Quick throw. Amon-Ra St. Brown can't break a tackle. Will get forward progress, though. All right, 3rd and 4. You don't convert, you just take the field goal, lead by 3 scores. Over the middle, caught. That is Porter inside the 5. Goal to go, Lions. Knocking on the door. Just got to cross the goal line, and we have a 3-touchdown lead here in the first half. Fullback dive. He's in there. It's touchdown for Andrew Minshew. Let's go. We're getting everybody involved here in the first half. Nine plays to go, 60 yards and a touchdown. A Lions lead 21-0. Would you look at this, man? The defense serving up opportunities for the offense to score, and the offense does what they do best. Driving down the field behind Antonio Fuller's passing, and Joe Mixon's running. Lawrence takes off here and slides just shy of the sticks. That will get us to the 2-minute warning here. Jacksonville's got to put some points on the board before this half is over, you would have to think. And we get the ball to start the third quarter, so this is an even more important drive than Iowa State at first. Lawrence has his man open. It's Ingram across the 45 into Rams territory. Their first time here since the opening drive. Pressure on Lawrence, incomplete over the middle. And it was the pressure that forced it. Empty from the 40. Time for Lawrence. There's Ingram once again. He's been his go-to. I think 3 of his 4 completions have gone to Ingram. They're up to our 20-yard line. Etienne in the backfield. This pass way off the mark. He had somebody open for a first down. That was Bailey. Just beyond the line to gain. 52 seconds. Second down. Back to the air. Lawrence floats one. Back of the end zone. No one there. 4 for 13 right now for Lawrence. Does have 70 yards on those 4 completions, but a lot of them are sailing nowhere. 3rd and 10. Screen to Etienne. Blockers in front, but not enough of them. We're going to hold them to a field goal to close this second quarter. The kick is up, and it is through. 21-3, their first score. The offense comes out, trying to put together one last drive to close the half. Dump it off here for Dotson. That one's knocked away by Cook. Wonder if we're just going to try and let this half go and go to the third quarter. Going to pass it again. Jags bring 5, complete to St. Brown. All right, now we're actually in range to get a field goal per chance if we can get 1 or 2 more completions down the field. Fuller's under pressure. He throws it cross, body broken up. Way to escape the pocket, and way to at least stop the clock. Got 1 timeout in 21 seconds. Fuller dumps it. Mixon breaks a tackle and gets out of bounds. Great job. That's a huge broken tackle. Now we got 1 more chance. Need about 8-7 yards. Call timeout and take the half-ending field goal. This one's caught by St. Brown across the 35. Perfect. A perfect way to end this first half. Just got to call a timeout. We do, with 2 seconds left. All right, Coach Ferguson. We're on our way. We're almost there. Got to knock this field goal through with Carlson. We're going to have a very nice halftime lead. This is up, and it is through. It's 24-3. We erase the half-ending score from Jacksonville, and it's 24-3 at the break. What's a first-half performance, doing exactly what we thought we would do. And my mistake, it is Jacksonville that starts this second half with the ball, so our drive to get that field goal was pretty important. Come back out down by 3 scores with a half of football to play. Got to mount a really strong comeback here, but Going back to what wasn't working in the first half. Another incompletion. Great coverage by Hobbs and company, and pressure from Hutch. 2nd and 10. Pitch out. Hutch is there on the tackle. Etienne loses 2. He's made play after play for this defense. Two sacks, a couple of tackles for loss. He's having a great day off the edge. 3rd and 12 from their own 21. Lawrence has time, but he throws it right to Campbell, I think that is. And he returned it to the 25. He had 4 picks during the season. Here's his 5th. Lawrence just never saw him. He saw his receiver beyond Campbell down the fields. Did not put enough under it to try to force the ball to Ingram. And Campbell sat right on the routes. Well, this should be easy for the offense. We start from from their 25. Here we go. I don't see Cole out there either, so he's probably done for the day after like a single play or like 2 plays from scrimmage, man. I wanted to see him in this game, but it might be our first and last chance to see him. Outside for Mixon. Across for a first down. Now Trayvon Walker's going down for the Jaguars. They've had a couple of injuries themselves. But less than 70 total yards for their offense. We've got over 260 total yards. From the 14. 1st and 10. Clean pocket. Fuller on the money. It's St. Brown back of the end zone. The Lions tack on another. This offense is special. And they're about to put their names in the history books. I mean, we were the 1 seed. They were the 7th seed. This is not out of the realm of possibility. Maybe it is for them getting here, but we were a dominant force all year long. Teams had a really difficult time beating us. We only lost 3 total games all year. And this is not unexpected. They were a middle-of-the-road team, 9-8, the 7th seed. They just had kind of a fluke run. Now they've faced an actual good team. It's us. This one's almost picked off by Hobbs. And frankly, should have been. Lawrence now 5 for 17. This offense is just really struggling. They are up to our 38, though. This one's caught. That's going to be around 9.5 for Bailey. 3rd and very short. We're going to give it to Ingram on the carry. He's got enough across the 20 now. Red zone offense for Jacksonville. Back to throw. Dump off. Incomplete. Knocked away by Campbell. Going back to the ground. Etienne. It's around 4. It's going to set up 3rd and 6. On the 14-yard line. Got to get to around the 8-yard line for 1st and goal. But Lawrence has pressure from Brian Branch. And he has to throw it away. The pressure has been constant. And it's been a constant problem for Lawrence to deal with. They're going to take a field goal here. Down by so many. This 31-6. From the 22. Our next drive. Great protection for Fuller. So much time to pass. St. Brown eventually gets open. Up to midfield already. Another clean pocket. This one's caught. 1st down and more across the 40. One of our backup tight ends. Luke Schoonmaker. New set of downs. We're going to pitch it to Williams. That is an interesting play call given his lack of speed. 2nd and 9. Over the middle. Little dump off for Porter. He gets around 5. On the 28 now. Third down. We got a man open. It's Porter inside the 10. First and goal coming up. Fuller is dicing these guys up right now, man. And again, he's got it. The rookie tight end makes the grab. It's Brendan Porter. What a showing by the Lions. We have turned this team into a juggernaut after only 2 seasons somehow. Wow, this offense is so nasty, man, because they have a great secondary, and we were having absolutely no issues despite missing one of our superstar wide receivers. PAT's up and good. It's 38-6. We'll watch one last defensive drive, or possession rather. Ingram has a big gain here, but this game's already over. You know it. Just want to see if we can, cause a turnover or something here. Ingram's the only guy getting open for Lawrence all day long. He's got 84 of their 107 through the air. This one's hauled in by Bailey, though, for 9. Back to the air. Caught by Ingram. First and 10. Another throw. Lawrence has pressure, but he's got Ingram wide open. It's the only guy that he just ever goes to. Kind of embarrassing. Take this guy off the field, and they can't move a yard down the field. 2nd and 1. Quick throw. Ingram again. Out of bounds after a first down. First play of the 4th quarter. They give it to Ridley. He's gonna be just shy. Kept out of the end zone by Brian Branch. That was Ridley's first real play. First and goal from the 1. Jacksonville is trying to get some garbage time points here. Etienne gets in there untouched. Want to watch at least one more offensive drive just to get one last taste here with the Lions, because you know that now it's clear that this is our last game with this team. So it's our only chance to see them until we either face them here or we're in this exact same situation somewhere else down the line somehow. If they go back to being really bad after all this and we take over again, then we have another shot. But I don't foresee that happening with Fuller at quarterback and Caldwell and Porter on this team, or this defense looking as they do. I'm not sure the Lions will be anywhere close to the bottom anytime soon. We have really put them up to be a successful franchise going forward. We got these guys their first playoff win in decades, and now we're about to get these guys their first Super Bowl as well. There's 4 for Mixon after a huge day, 138 for 18 carries. 3rd and 5. Trips towards the bottom. Gonna hand it off instead. Mixon hit down before he can get there. Jacksonville's going forward in 4th and 17. Pressure. And Warren just has to throw it into the dirt at the feet of a receiver. 4:41 to go. The offense comes back out. Over the middle, Fuller's got St. Brown. He fumbled the ball. Recovered by Jacksonville. I think he was down already, though, so we're going to have the ball again inside the 5. There is going to be a booth review, but I think he was definitely down by contact there. Yep, knee was down. Will be taken over inside the 5. First and goal, Lions. Fuller has great protection. Rushing touchdown. What a game for the second-year quarterback, man. This guy's going to win the MVP. The Lions came in with a game plan. We executed. And now, we are for the first time ever Super Bowl champions. And just our second year with this franchise, we have led this team to the end of the season, the true end of any real great team's NFL season. The Lions are on top for the first time ever. You're welcome, Detroit. Behind the legs of Joe Mixon, the arm of Antonio Fuller, and the receiving of Amon-Ra St. Brown and Brennan Porter. We have a championship early in this series. Trophy is brought out to the celebrating players. You gotta think Antonio Fuller is this year's MVP of the Super Bowl. As he lifts the trophy, head coach Ferguson is a champion. In Super Bowl 62, the Lions dominate from the opening kickoff. 45-13, your final score. What a day. 444 offensive yards gained. Antonio Fuller was absolutely spectacular. A 124 rating, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns, had the pick, but he was near perfect in this game. He pressured Lawrence a lot, made his day a living hell. The defense was fantastic. Joe Mixon ran the ball so goddamn well. This offensive line is an absolute group of absolute beasts. Antonio Fuller ran one in. Minshew ran one in. Receiving wise, Amon-Ra St. Brown had a huge day. Porter did as well. Mike Williams caught a score. Blocking wise, only 1 sack allowed from Penei Sewell, but Fuller kind of ran right into it. 3 sacks for Hutch, 3 for Nwosu, to tally up to a total of 6, and a pick for Jack Campbell. What a performance by the Lions in this game. We are the Super Bowl champions in just our second season here in this rebuild. But we do have an injury coming out of it. This is going to be for Caldwell, who got hurt on the second play of the day. He had a dislocated elbow, man. I really wish we could have seen this guy play, but we couldn't, and it was our only chance. Through 2 years, that was it. But he's up to an 85 overall. We're going to look at this team's roster before we switch to the last team, which I'm not even sure who the worst team is. We'll find out later on. We enter staff week. Obviously got weekly awards for Fuller and Hutch thanks to their games. But who is the MVP of the Super Bowl? I'm pretty sure it was Fuller. And it was. And that is well deserved. First championship led by him. We got Coach of the Year, the Super Bowl. What a season for the Lions. 2027, a year to remember for this franchise. Let's take a look at this roster. Let's take a look at who we have, who is still around. I'm just going to upgrade all players. 11 players get upgraded. Let's take a look at this roster. This right here was the final offense. The offensive line of Cobb, Kramer, Price, Ragnow, Connor Williams, Penei Sewell. With a couple of backups like Edmund, who he drafted all the way up to a 70 overall after 1 season. Ethan Morrow is going to be a solid backup, and so will Ed Rogers. All of them pretty solid selections. We drafted tight end Brennan Porter. We also drafted tight end Deontay Boulware, but Porter, this was his rookie season. He's already up to an 80 overall, superstar. What a year for him. Caught a touchdown there in the Super Bowl. Obviously had Amon-Ra St. Brown earn X Factor this year. We drafted Fuller last year. Had a fantastic second season. We obviously have Gibbs on the roster as well, but he's not showing up because he's hurt. We signed Jahan Dotson. We kept Mike Williams, who was signed on the team before we took over. We drafted Keontae Cole with a first ever draft pick in the series. Had a rough year 1, but really bounced back here for a fantastic second season. And unfortunately got hurt during the Super Bowl. Then for the defense, obviously we thought about trading away Kirby Joseph, but he hangs around and earns a superstar, and now he's a fantastic player. We signed Nwosu, we drafted Harding, we signed Okereke, Jack Kimball was already here. We drafted Nick Pope, who actually goes down to normal dev after his rookie season. Funnily enough, that's interesting. He did start the entire season. And then we also had Brian Branch, an X Factor. Thought about trading him away, but ended up going with CJ Gardner-Johnson instead, and that worked out perfectly for us. Nate Hobbs and Riley Moss, we traded for those two guys. They both earned dev upgrades last year, but now after this season, they have gone down. Hobbs goes back down to star, and Moss goes from star to normal. So both guys go back to what they were before we acquired them, but they were still huge players to have in the Super Bowl. Hobbs was fantastic. Don't forget that we drafted Dom Darby, Dom Childress, and another corner on the roster as well, Juan Mullins. We obviously still have Hutch, who really came into his own while we were here. His last 2 years were his best with the Lions since 2023. So, or really his best of his career, his last 2 years with head coach Ferguson. So that has worked out. Marcus Whitehead had a really nice couple of years here after a pretty lackluster first season before we arrived. We drafted Sidney Graham, who's been fantastic in the run defense. Has been a huge help there. Paul Pope, Henry Harvin, Wilkinson, a couple of just really young players across the whole roster. And it's our last time with them until maybe in the future. Maybe they do surprise teams and they have a huge drop-off in a couple of years. We might be coming back here down the line, but probably not. Now we're going to find out who our next team is going to be. Who is the worst team in the NFL? Go to our standings. We're going to flip this all the way around. The rank goes from 1 to 32. It's the San Francisco 49ers. They went 4-13 this season. Allowed a lot of points. They were the worst defense in the entire league. They weren't a terrible offense. They were kind of middle of the pack. But they ended up on a 4-game losing streak to close out the season. And that's who we are now. That's who we're taking over. So one last look now at our coaching staff. So we're going to keep the OC and the DC both here. I don't want to poach anybody from this team. So we're just going to quietly exit the team. We're going to demand a release. We're not going to fire anybody. And just to see, did the Niners fire their head coach yet? Because if they haven't, they're about to. Staff moves. Looks like plenty of teams fired there. Yep, the Niners cleaned house. They fired Kyle Shanahan. He's done after a lot of seasons there. They fired OC Zach Parker and DC John Grant. So clean house, and Jason Ferguson's going to roll up in there and change things up a little bit. Also, one last thing. Any retirements? Matthew Judon, DeAndre Hopkins, Darius Smith, Cooper Kupp's done. Grover Stewart, Hassan Reddick, Tony Pollard, Darius Slay, Taylor Decker, Mari Cooper, Stephon Diggs. A lot of really good players are exiting the league around this time. So here you go. Brandon Cook's gone. Kevin Fleming. So nobody for the Lions, it looks like. And none for the Niners either, I don't think. But I will just make sure. Yeah, none for the Niners. And Grover Stewart was on the Lions, but he was a death piece. So that's it. And now it is time to do what we have to do here. We have to demand our release. Wait, I can't demand my release. What do you mean? Well, the game is trash, actually, and I can't demand my release. And if I were to do this, it would end the franchise right now. So thank God that it does not work, and I'm not going to even click at that anymore. But My only option now is to retire and make a new character, which means that the record for us is not going to carry over. We're not going to have any of the staff points carry over, nothing. So I guess, like, screw me, right? I have to make a new character. We're going to lose the record that we have right now. And that just sucks. How is the game this bad that you can't even use the same coach to coach a different team than the one that you initially choose? How is the game this bad? I really don't know. But because I can't see what a record is, I will just look at it right now just to know what it was after the stint here with Detroit. We end up going... Can't see it there. Jesus. Coach stats. Here we go. We are looking for head coach Ferguson. 22 career wins, 12 losses, but right now a 65% career win percentage. 1 winning season, 3 playoff wins, no playoff losses, obviously. So this is what Ferguson's done. He got to level 13 here in 2 seasons. So gonna keep this in the back of our minds because I will try to add all this up at the end of things once we do actually have to fully retire. So there you have it. Now we are going to retire and make a new character. Create new character. Here we go. Coach Ferguson is back as the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. We enter with the worst team in the NFL. We have a lack of cap space, but we still got to get to the re-sign week. We just fired the OC in DC, so we're going to have to hire somebody new there. We're going to have to scout college players and get acquainted with this team. We're not going to go through our roster right now, but I will just show it before we wrap up here. 30 at quarterback, Ayuk. The offensive line is terrible. Still have George Kittle, Fred Warner, and Bosa. But this team has a lot of holes right now. They're relying exclusively on their best playmakers to carry the load, but should this team have really gone 4-13? I'm not sure. It might not take a lot to turn this team around, given the talent that we have on this roster. So we'll find out. McCaffrey has obviously really regressed over the last couple of seasons. So is Deebo Samuel. So some aging veterans on this team, including Kittle. But we'll see what happens. This team had the worst defense in the entire league and a bottom 10 offense. So there are a lot of things to fix. And we'll see what the next chapter has in store for Coach Ferguson, folks. Thanks for watching as always. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and check out my main channel series. And I'll see you guys in episode 5. What a crazy episode this was. What a start to the series. Really fun so far. I'll see you guys in this next one. Peace out.